everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Kimberly Knox, KK, and this is the weekly KK report. It's my passion to inspire, motivate, and encourage people to utilize the astrological energy to their highest success. I've been using it in business for years, and to successfully guide my actions in the best way. I love coaching, especially CEOs, anyone who's got big timing things going on in their life, because I've just seen it work so amazing for me. So we are coming off a Capricorn new moon. So there's some big things that went on last week. There was huge things that went on for me. Massive opportunities in regarding my health coaching and health business. So super busy, but this is a real big time for all of us to gain some inner authority, gain some mastery based on committing to disciplined responsibility, committing to those things that you have basically delved into and decided that that's where you're going to go. You have the chance of mastery now. You know, Venus was working super hard to bring us to this point of figuring out what this inner passion was for us to bring it forward. And right now, she's still below the horizon, but she's made this aha moment with Venus to launch us forward in the direction of maturity, because that's what Venus is going to do when it's in wholeness, and that's going to be in August. So we're kind of gearing up. August is another solar eclipse on the 11th in the sign of Leo, which is all about heart center, passion, creativity, self-expression. And just a few days after that, we have Venus wholeness. We're going to talk about when Venus comes above the horizon, what she's meeting with and what's going on that day. It's March 4th, if you want to write it down in your planner. It's very exciting. So, guys, just so you know, astrology is an amazing tool for personal growth, because the pathway to exceptional personal growth is through personal self-awareness. And one of the most amazing things is your own natal chart. So if you don't have it, just email me. I'm happy to send it to you. Your natal chart is brilliant. It is a mathematical quantitative picture of the sky at the moment that you were born, and that's what separates you from anyone else. It's the most incredible moment, just so you can see you're not just a sun sign. You have your moon is at a different sign that kind of flavors your emotional nature. It's very important in babies to know their moon sign. Venus, you know, our heart center, what we're good at, what we're passionate about. Mine's in Cancer, right with Mars. I've always loved being in the kitchen, cooking. So there you go. In the kitchen with KK. So, and then we have Mercury, the way you think, the way you communicate. And Mercury's making a very big connection with Pluto right now. It's going to be exact on tomorrow, Wednesday. And I was born with Mercury with Pluto, so I know all about that. And then you have a Mars. Your Mars shows you how you take action on your own behalf. These are the major personal planets. And Saturn, of course, is where we must pay attention and do the work. And we get rewarded there, but we have to do the work where Saturn is. Okay, guys? So let's see what's going on this week, okay? Who's on the hot list? Okay, Aquarians, you've now taken the leap into birthday time. So all you early Aquariuses, happy birthday to you. The eclipses are in your sign. So it can be a big year for you, right? It can be a big year for you in relationships. That's where the North Node is. The South Node's in your sign. But definitely this axis is experiencing change and surprises sometimes. Sometimes these surprises help push us in a new direction. That could be a surprise of losing a job, getting a job, moving out of a house, moving somewhere else, changing your own goals. So then your relationships change. Things like this. It's, big access change. So all the fixed signs, which are Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo, will be affected a little more strongly because you're fixed signs. So those will all be, because then it would be affected by square. And right now, the last 2 days, Mars has been squaring the eclipse in August. Really, really, kind of big times about the direction that we're taking. If we have to make choices, big things coming up. So the moon's been in Aries. Okay, so Aries, and your ruler the last 2 days, and I love when the moon's in Aries because we are self-directed, motivated, bold, and courageous to move. And you may have people calling you up saying, hey, get me this, get me that. Everybody wants stuff now. So it can be a little emotionally aggressive, but it does get you off your tush to get moving forward. Mars is going to move into Sagittarius this Friday. So Aries, your ruler is moving. And it's moving into a fire sign, your fire sign. And it is spontaneous and more adventurous in this sign of Sagittarius. Mars is what we are taking action on. Mars in Scorpio has been about our finances, all right? That is big business. It's our investments. It's where we're investing our resources of time, money, who we hang around, all this Scorpio stuff. And knowledge, travel, that's all Sagittarius. So this Friday and through this weekend, we're going to have a lot of a much more lighter energy, especially because the moon is also going to be in Gemini at that time. So kind of, fun going on. But this week, right now, we're taking some action. And Mercury joining with Pluto, if you've got business planning to do or going on, huge time right now. But it's what you need to get in control of, what you need to get to the bottom of. Pluto can bring out our shadow side, like obsessive stuff, okay? But it's also about where you need to get control, because Pluto likes to keep things focused and in control. So Mercury rules your daily life. So daily life right now seems to be a little more focused. Maybe you're feeling that. You're on the hot seat for sure. We all are. The moon's going to be in Taurus this week. So Taurus, you're feeling that. Gemini through the weekend and moving into Cancer on Sunday. That's the flow of the moon energy. And the moon energy is important because the moon rules the public. And that's kind of what we look at here so that you can get a basic understanding of astrology and what's happening. So Tuesday, that's today, and we've been talking about Mars in Sun Scorpio since October, stays there for a little over 6 weeks. So this Friday, Mars is going into Sagittarius. We're definitely going to be moving faster, right? Without having to hem and haw about everything being so perfect. But it will be much lighter, much more spontaneous, much more enthusiastic. Our energy is more forward moving without having to research things so much and be in such control. Right now we're working up to moon with Uranus. It's going to be exact at 11:16 p.m. tonight. Then the moon goes void until in the middle of the day tomorrow, and let's see when that is. No, it's in the morning. Sorry. And I love when the moon goes into Taurus. So today it was really about initiating focus. People want action, you taking action. So I hope that you were going for it and getting stuff done. It's big when Mars goes into Scorpius. Just do it and do it big. And it is triggering the eclipse. 28 degrees is where the eclipse was. We felt it coming on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's about, the seeds that you were planting in August, the big things that were coming up, they're coming up again now. So If you're a Leo and you have some big things going on, well, now you know what you want to do. You want to go forward. Wherever that Leo part is in your chart, you're looking at that as well. It's blossoming right now because that's where the North Node is. That's where the eclipses are. And so if you're a Leo or Leo rising, of course, these are big goals for yourself. I haven't been watching the news, so Mars is triggering Donald Trump's ascendant, and he was very much connected to the solar eclipse. So it feels very liberating for me not to be watching the news. I've just really been too busy. Mercury is hot this week, so you Geminis and Virgos, that's your ruler. It's meeting up with Pluto, and then it's going to go on to have this great square with Uranus, which Mercury in Capricorn has been really getting us focused on creating this foundation and getting responsibility is so big, and discipline, but really discipline to pay attention to building what you're building and keeping focused on that diligently. The goat moves up the hill. It keeps taking steps. So that's what we've been after. And that's real good. So Uranus will kind of shake it up a bit and give it this, really bold flavor over the weekend. I like that. Maybe we have some big breakthroughs in our mindset and what we're thinking, or innovative thoughts. I love that too. So we're taking a step out. Wednesday is first quarter. So that's what this week is about. It's first quarter moon. And first quarter is important because that's when we step out into action. It's like the sprouts coming up from the ground. It's very, there's a lot of energy around first quarter because it's a lot of energy when it sprouts. So there's always action involved in any quarter moon. So we are taking some action here, or we're asked to. The moon is in a grounded, stable, secure sign of Taurus. Love that. My ruler is Taurus, my chart ruler. If you want to know your natal ascendant, you take your natal ascendant ruler, you see what sign it's in, and that flavors you in a big, big way. I really, really like that. I resonate extremely well with Taurus energy. I carry Taurus energy. So isn't it wonderful for you to kind of find out where yours is? It's really interesting. Grounded, stable, secure. Taking care of what you own. I've always been like that. But it's also your money, your finances. You find many Tauruses working in money fields, banking. That's where I started, actually, as a CPA, as an auditor, and, taking care of your own finances. What you own, what you have. Take care of what's important to you. Focus on what's important now. Stay disciplined. The best is yet to come, or the future is bright. Okay, just keep believing that, and no matter the bumps in the road, we're still moving forward. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, the Mercury is going to be joining with Pluto. That's at 3:41 p.m. So quite honestly, tomorrow's a pretty intense day. You might be focused on business planning, money planning, and then Moon is trining Saturn. It's all about Earth. It's building. So I love tomorrow for business stuff, okay, and business planning, because Pluto wants control, wants to dig deep. It wants to be the investigator, the researcher. I really loved auditing because of my research-oriented mind, but it also makes it excellent for astrology and for getting to the bottom of anything. It also could be a time to let go because Pluto likes to purge as well. It's like the burning off. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to dig into? And it's planning. Thursday is a Jupiter day. Jupiter's in Scorpio. It's been there since October, and for the full year, we're dealing with Scorpio issues. And this is protective. It's growth-oriented. So that's where we're growing, or that's where we're exploding, right? So when it first hit the scene, we had all these sexual scandals. They'll keep going on. It'll keep coming up. It's the dark side. It's our shadow side. Do some of you have a shadow side? Yeah. Like serial killers definitely have a shadow side, right? You think you know somebody, it's the mask. But but no, here. But we've got financial concerns, investments. Scorpio is about your investments. It's where you merge with another person, place, thing. It's where you merge with a bank to take on a loan. It's where you merge with a person to create, like a business, or to create a family, a baby. That's the sexual part of that. Investment resources of time, money, love, and people. Do they match up with what, where you're going? That's Scorpio. Or you need to purge and get rid of it. That's kind of like the compost pile. Okay. Mercury and Jupiter early in the morning is uplifting. Jupiter, anything kind of expands stuff, but when you got two business signs, it's about business planning. Power, money, good, figuring out what you're doing with your budgets. Maybe you're going over year budgets. It's perfect. So Wednesday and Thursday, great business days, particularly because you've got all this earth going on. And water and Scorpio and Capricorn are very huge business signs, and they're in sextile to each other. Sextiles, opportunity, love those days. It shifts on Friday. There's a big shift. And when Mars leaves its sign, that you get the results. You're ending some stuff there. So it's ending Capricorn and it's going into Sag. So there's some freedom going on here, right? We want to burst forward. And so Venus in the sign of Aquarius. Social, it's friendly, it's being open, it's innovative, it's unconventional. Yes. But I have brothers with their sun in Aquarius. Their Mercury is in Aquarius. Venus is in Aquarius, and they're very brainy. And you know what? Uranus and Saturn both rule Aquarius. So they also tend to be a little bit like Capricorn, in my observation, which I like, but they're very brainy. So they're in the head, Leo's in the heart kind of thing. That's the difference there. And the moon is going to be void in the morning until it goes into Gemini, and then it's going to quite quickly oppose Mars. So, woof! And these are two signs, immutable signs. Immutable kind of just goes everywhere. I mean, it can be very scattered, lots of chatter, lots of talking, lots of moving around. Okay? Use your connections. That's what Gemini is about in your local area. So you may have some stuff going on there. Venus, it's a Venus day. Let's talk about Venus really quick. Mark in your calendar March the 4th. Because on March the 4th, Venus comes above the horizon. We see it in the evening sky for the first time since it went below the horizon. Wow. So it's coming out. It's this coming out party. When it comes out, who does it meet with? It meets with Mercury. And it meets with Mercury in Pisces. And the sun is conjoined Neptune. Very Piscean. Okay, guys, put your wishes out around this time. Speak your wishes. Mercury is how we communicate, sitting with Venus, and it's very kind and compassionate. So be of honor to your dreams and visions. Maybe revisit your dream board and things like that. Really great time. But I like how it comes out around that time. Mars is going to be in Sagittarius until March the 17th. So Aries, you've got a lot of really cool fire because your sign, your sign ruler is going to be in another fire sign, so that's fun. And for you Aries, Sagittarius represents your 9th house of travel, long distance travel. Also education, getting more certifications, going back to school, stuff like that. So you may be doing something around that more in the time of these next 6 weeks. All right. Saturday. All right, guys. I've always loved Saturday. I was born on a Saturday. Saturn, it's a Saturday. Get your work done on Saturday mornings for the next 2.5, 3 years, because then you can enjoy Sunday a little bit more, because we need to have our nose to the grindstones a little bit more now if we really want to master what we're working on. Anything of value takes energy and time and work. If you're born December 23rd to the 26th, you're going to have Saturn going over your sun through the month of January. So pay particular attention to the fact that you might need more sleep. If you haven't been paying attention to your health, you need to just get geared up for that. And this can be a real time when you're achieving big stuff. When Saturn comes on your sun, if you're ready for it and you clean your plate, you can achieve a whole lot. I remember when it came onto my sun, I got this massive opportunity to do clothing for an offshore boat company, which I did. It was fantastic. It was awesome. It was so creative and it was so lucrative. It was great. And I loved that time. I also was ill. Not for long, but I did get ill. And so you must watch your health, get more sleep. So Capricorn, master your skill building foundations. Capricorn wants something that's going to last. It's not walking up the mountain for no reason. It really wants to achieve its goals. How can you achieve goals with a foundation with cracks? It's about tradition. And it's about something that will last. No flash in the pans, Aries likes to come in and move on, and there's just different signs out there. So Saturn is in for the long run, and that's why right now it's about this all or nothing kind of attitude, especially Pluto teaming up with Venus last week, and then what day was it? The 6th, 9th. It was on the 9th, so that was 2 weeks ago, and then we've got Mercury with Pluto. So it's really, what do you want to commit to? Where are these deep passions? Okay. And accountability and inner authority. Time to take control for yourself. All right. You can't blame anyone for what's not going on in your life except for you. Unless, of course, you are not of age and you still need some, parental guidance. But still, it's up to you. It's up to you. Moon in Gemini, much light, social, talkative. Katharine Graham, who ran the Post, I checked her date. She was a Gemini as well. Oh my goodness, perfect. As a reporter, that was her love. Chatty, talking, writing. Yeah, so she took over the Post. So I thought that was kind of interesting today. Moon and so what else is going on? Well, the aspects on Saturday they're kind of benign, like in the morning. But the biggest thing that's brewing is Sunday, when Mercury is going to be squaring Uranus, and this is an innovative, bold twist to your mindset. So it may get you out of a rut. And Uranus always brings freedom and change and breaking boundaries. So we could have some breakthroughs at this time. And that's the way it is, because Mercury in Capricorn is pretty serious. So Uranus really will help it kind of break out. It's been really serious all this time. And then it's going to be leaving and going into Aquarius the same day as the lunar eclipse, which is next week. And it's a supermoon. So goodness gracious, what an amazing time to watch the moon rise in Fort Lauderdale. I've seen many massive moon rises in Fort Lauderdale. I'm on the other coast now, but beautiful time. Sunday. It's a Sunday. Sun has been in Aquarius, social, friendships. This is Instagram, Facebook stuff. Pay attention to your friendships. Reach out to them. Get involved and nurture the groups that you're in. Reach out to friends and see how you can how you can benefit each other. Okay. Moon opposite Saturn. Okay. Well, this is kind of the moon's void in the morning. Just go with the flow. The moon is going to oppose Saturn in the evening. It's really wherever Saturn is, it brings a sense of responsibility and discipline. So, and the moon is in Cancer. And the moon wants to feel nurtured, safe, secure. I'm starting to yawn. It's a little too late for me. That's kind of funny. Comfort, emotions, and family. So there might be some sticking point to, you're getting emotionally nurtured at this time, because you've got to pay attention to some responsibilities here. And so in the evening, it can be really nice. So just pay attention to emotions, and, don't get all upset if somebody's emotional. It's about making people feel emotionally secure that are in your close-knit family group. Okay, and the people you care about most. Monday. So Monday's a moon day, and the moon is in Cancer. Emotional. Cancer risings, they tend to be, they're emotional. They carry they carry more Cancer I've seen than some Cancers, because your rising sign is really an important expression of who you are. It's how you express yourself in open. Your sun can be somewhere hidden. Mine's hidden in the 8th house. So I've always expressed myself through my Sagittarius ascendant. So it's family, home, comfort food. Wow, what a great time to make some new recipes, KK. Right, well, it is. And I'll be catering again over the weekend, which is magical. Perfect for me. And we've got Moon now opposing Pluto. Okay, so order, power, focus, getting rid of things. It's a pretty serious evening. It can be controlling in a way, so getting control of the emotions. But there can be maybe some family type of outbursts in a way, some discussions that bring up emotions. It smooths out after 9:30, so that's a good thing. But then when the moon goes into Leo, and then it moves, then it'll shift, because then we're shifting into, much more confident, fire, leadership, creative type of energy. And that's going to happen on Tuesday. So this week, what's really, really important is that first quarter moon is coming up tomorrow. We're making some big steps. So stay on it. This day's been super focused for me. I'm still in my workout, top, but I have just been on it all day long. You guys, I hope you have a brilliant week and utilize this information in really positive ways. Reach out to me if you would like some guidance with big things coming up, timing, so that you can make great choices and moves in timing. And all in all, just have an incredible week, okay? Bye now.